Hi, I'm Gary White for Central Kentucky Television. I'm here with Abby Van Meter at the Nelson County Extension Office, who is a nutrition assistant here at the Extension Office. And today we are making a recipe out of the food and nutrition calendar for 2016.
Yes, so even though it's May, you know, the year's almost half over, believe it or not.
I know.
But there's still really good recipes in here. We have lots still here at the Extension Office, so you know, just because it's the months past, it's still a really good recipe. So
Right.
Definitely stop by and pick up a copy of the calendar, and we're going to make the April recipe today, which is called omelets on the go.
Omelets on the go. Sounds good.
Yeah, so I think a lot of people really struggle with breakfast foods because they're always in a hurry. I know in the morning I'm always in a hurry. I don't have
Right.
time to fix an egg, or you know, I wake up in just enough time. So, and maybe that's just me, but.
Yeah,
But with this recipe, you can actually make it, and you make it in muffin tins, and then
Okay.
you can put it in the refrigerator just in a sealed container, and you can heat them up really easily all week long.
there you go.
So if you wanted to make them on Sunday afternoon, and that way you can just pop it in the microwave in the morning and still get a really healthy breakfast without having to spend a lot of time cooking in the mornings.
Right, that'd be good.
So this recipe, it kind of looks like a quiche. I know you had said that. It's actually just a, there's the finished product. It's actually just eggs, and then we put lots of vegetables in it, so you can really customize it well too. You can put whatever kind of vegetables you want in it. So we're going to start with the vegetables I chose today are spinach, red pepper, and mushrooms.
Okay.
So we're going to saute that a little in some olive oil.
So you can customize this if you like.
Yeah, so if you want a different color pepper, if you want to put onion, you know, if you don't like mushrooms, really whatever you prefer. So we're just going to dump it all in there. And then also some ham. And this is already the pre-cooked ham that you get just in the bag at, you know, the grocery store. And so I go on and throw it in there with the vegetables just to kind of heat it up a little bit. And so you're going to saute that with just a little bit of olive oil.
Yeah, but so keep that in mind though, if you are getting ham that is not pre-cooked.
Right, you
might have to
definitely want to
customize it a little bit
yes.
better.
And you know, if you wanted to maybe add a different meat or take out the meat, that would be fine too, because the eggs are going to provide a lot of protein, so you don't really need the ham for a balanced
But
breakfast
it is tasty.
meal. It does make it tasty. So we're going to let that saute for a minute, and it just takes a little bit of olive oil to kind of get those flavors. And so
And it's important. It is important to have a protein as part of your breakfast too, because that way it
Yes.
will stay with you longer.
it stays with you longer, and you know, a lot of people tend to eat breakfast that doesn't have a lot of protein, and then they get hungry and they feel like they eat more because they're hungry after their breakfast. So this, you know, eggs are a great source of protein, and recently, you know, for the past 10 years or so, they've been saying you don't need to eat as many eggs because of the cholesterol.
Right.
But recently, the new dietary guidelines came out, and they said it's okay. Eggs aren't as bad as they once thought, so you can eat your eggs.
Yes. Always
So
changes around.
It always changes, so you got to keep on top of it.
Okay.
So while this is sauteing, we're going to make our egg mixture. So it actually, for 12 individual omelets, you need 9 eggs. So we're going to go ahead and crack
Okay.
those in the bowl. Oh,
So this is 12 servings.
yes.
Okay. Very good. And the whole recipe is in April in the Food and Nutrition Calendar for 2016 that you can get at any of the extension offices. And even though it's halfway through, you can then kind of catch up on all the various
Yeah.
different ones. Because some of them we've done here on the show.
Yes, and
Actually, that
there's some.
lasagna looks good from January.
That lasagna is very good. We actually made that, and it was
Lightened up
It was
lasagna.
good. And all the recipes are usually a recipe that you've heard of. You know, it's a food that you've heard of, but they make it healthy, but it still tastes really good.
The sizzling chicken and rice really looks good.
Yes, that
too.
looks
Did you
good
have
too. Yeah. We might have
So
to
it's
go
really
back to
good ones.
March.
Maybe I need to go through this.
Yeah.
The greens.
And there's some good
yeah, that looks
soups
good.
and different things
Veggie soup,
in
hominy.
there.
Huh. We did the fish tacos. Did we do them here?
No, I think those. Did you do those in Marion County? Maybe.
Okay, that meant, yes, we did
Yeah.
them in Marion County. Yes, I remember we did the tacos.
Yes. Yeah,
For
those
Lent.
look good.
Yeah, that's where
Yeah.
she did that right. And a salad. So there's lots of great recipes that are in here. Of
Yeah.
course, today we'll go back to April. We're concentrating on April for our omelets on the go. But they're free if you just pick them up
Yes,
at the
just pick
extension
'em
office
up
too
and-
and help you out.
Yeah.
Give you the recipe and all the nutritional information too.
So then, after we have our 9 eggs in there, we're going to add about 1/4 of a cup of milk. You know, and the good thing about this too is it doesn't have to be exact, because you're just kind of, it's kind of like making scrambled eggs. You know, you just kind of add a little bit. Then you're just going to mix that up.
And are we using skim or?
This is 1%.
Okay.
1% low fat.
So it's still
So, still a little.
a little better for you.
Yes, definitely.
Yeah, which is good. Keep it down.
Yes. And then we're going to add a little bit of salt and pepper to this.
Okay.
And our vegetables are just about done.
They're being sauteed up.
They are being sauteed.
Is that to taste the
It
salt
is,
and pepper?
and yeah, just kind of to taste.
There is-
And you could always omit that too if you want to watch your sodium. And the ham, the only problem with this ham is it is kind of high in sodium because it's prepackaged.
Right.
So it's a good idea to rinse it before you saute it,
Okay.
and that'll get some of that excess salt off. All right, so that's
Okay.
ready. And our vegetables look like they are, and you just want to soften them a little bit because they're going to cook in the oven in the mixture.
Right.
And you can kind of saute them to your liking as well. And you can chop them up really fine if you have picky eaters that might not want to eat the spinach or red pepper. So you could chop them up and they might not even notice that they're in there.
That's right.
So you can
Get a
kind of
healthy
sneak them
dose.
in there.
Mm-hmm.
All right. So we're going to turn that off. And then we're going to add a little bit of cheese to the vegetable and ham mixture.
Okay.
Just to kind of, because an omelet needs a little cheese.
Right.
So just some cheddar cheese in there. And just kind of stir it up. And that can be once you take the heat off because it doesn't really need to melt in
Is
there.
cheese a protein?
Cheese is a protein. It does have a lot of fat in it. So if you can use low fat, that's a good option. The 2% because it uses 2% milk.
Okay.
But with just the little we put in there, it
It'll be
shouldn't.
okay.
It'll be all right. All right. So we are going to fill up our muffin tins. Now we want to make sure whenever you're doing this, I always like to use the liners, and then I also like to spray the liners because they will stick really, really easily. And you don't want to have a mess. You know, you want a nice, clean break whenever you take them out of the oven. So we're going to fill it up with the ham, vegetables, and cheese, and you're just going to fill it just about halfway up because the eggs are going to actually soak into there, so it'll be,
Right.
yeah.
Okay.
So we're just going to put that in there.
And again, this makes 12 servings.
12 servings. And, you know, if you want to add some more vegetables, it's really, or maybe make fewer servings, you know, it's really just kind of
Yeah.
up to what,
Customize it.
yeah, definitely. All right, so we have our vegetables in there. And then we're just going to kind of, this is where it kind of gets a little tricky because the eggs might want to.
Not cooperate as
Yes,
much.
so I found it's easiest just to kind of pour it in there and then just very carefully kind of
Okay.
monitor where it goes.
I'm going to get that up to the top. You'll get this
Yes.
up out of the way here.
Up to the top, and they will rise a little bit, but not a lot, so you do want to fill them pretty full.
And what's good is they are omelets on the go, but then you can freeze them, you said, as well, right?
Yeah, well, put them in the refrigerator for about
Put 'em in the
4
refrigerator.
days. Yeah, eggs don't typically freeze very well.
Right. Okay. But if you had them in the refrigerator, they would
Yes,
be good
then you
for.
can just pop them in the microwave and
Okay, like up to 4 days.
4
or so.
days. Yeah, I would do 4 days. Yep.
Okay.
All right, and then you're going to bake them at 375 for about 30 minutes.
Okay. So they're going to bake for 375 for 30 minutes,
And then you're going to have a nice, tasty omelet to eat.
yes, looks good.
Yeah, and it's
Just
packed
pop
with
it out.
lots of vegetables. A lot of people also struggle with vegetables for breakfast. You know, you want to make sure you get all those vegetables. So this is a really good way to get those vegetables and vitamins in your body.
Absolutely. You can just pop that out and eat it up.
Yeah,
Sounds good.
yeah.
Well, thank you very much.
Thank you.
All right. Again, I've been talking with Abby here at the Nelson County Extension Office. Get your food and nutrition calendar for 2016. Even though it's May, there's still great recipes that you can utilize all year long. This has been Gary White for Central Kentucky Television.